The only thing I've been thinking about is the State of the Union, how none of the women in white, none of the Democrats stood and clapped when President Trump said he wants them to push for legislation that would ban abortions when the baby can feel pain. These people don't think that this is murder. And I don't know how to convince them that it is, because they chant and scream in the streets that it's just a bundle of cells when it's not. This is the party that values science to push up our taxes because they think climate change is happening, but they completely just throw science out the window when we talk about abortion and how it's murder.
Caitlin recently posted a video on Twitter that went mega viral where, a father was out with his daughter at a women's march promoting abortion and trying to deny that it was murder. Then he turns around and says to Caitlin that he's going to after birth abortion her. He's going to late term abortion her. And so he acknowledges then that essentially it's killing.
Melly Weaver and Caitlin Bennett, two amazing reporters, are joining us right now live on this Thursday, February 7th, 2019 transmission. We're going to go right back to them. But I want to tell TV viewers, viewer discretion is advised. I told you this back at the start of the first hour that I was going to air footage of post-birth abortions. Now, we've obtained footage of 4 post-birth abortions. These are human beings being brutally murdered in front of broad daylight, in front of medical personnel, in front of everybody. And we're going to air this footage right now, ladies and gentlemen, of partial birth abortion. And like the president said, how are you doing this? Radio listeners, I'll describe it. How are you doing this when the baby's already born? Because remember, post-birth abortion is the same thing as killing Granny. Remember Newsweek, the case for killing Granny? And what Bill Gates is pushing. The idea that killing off and not taking care of each other makes us a better society. No, it makes us a worse society. So for TV viewers, let's go ahead and roll a footage from 1963, a post-birth abortion in Dealey Plaza, Dallas, Texas. Go ahead and roll it, please. This is a Zapruder film. President John F. Kennedy in Dallas before he was going to come to Austin. And boom, shot in the neck, and then shot in the front of the head, and the whole back and side of the head blows out. Now, PBS can show that. We'll have complaints because we're Alex Jones. We shouldn't show it. And by the way, I'm not being sarcastic. This is a post-birth abortion. How old was Kennedy when he got killed? And the deep state wanted him dead, so they aborted him right there. Abort means kill. Let me show you from Saudi Arabia. This is somebody else being post-birth abortions. Okay? And so they, again, take their sword and cut your head off right there, folks. This is a woman that didn't do what her husband said. And so here you go. Here goes the post-birth abortion. Because that's what it is. You're killing someone outside the womb. And if you're offended by this, I'm sorry. The stuff they show kids shows is 10 times worse. This is real, though. And this is what's happening. And then, of course, we can show you Senna, a famous race car driver, dying in a world champion race. And that's post-birth abortion, except it wasn't conscious. He chose to get in the arena. So going back to you ladies there, if we actually tried to show an abortion, and you can get footage of partial birth abortions. I've watched it only a few times, and I can't look at it. We're not going to show that here because we really care about babies. We can see Kennedy killed or see a poor woman get her head chopped off, and it's terrible, and I borderline don't do it. Just like it upsets me to see Millie calling to schedule the execution of her new baby that's coming, even though she wasn't planning it. She's doing it to stop it. It's visceral. I get why people are upset. But you should be upset, folks, so that we can protect children and not let this happen. Millie, Caitlin, you want to comment on that? I mean, what's your view of my point from this angle of this? This is post-birth abortion.
Yeah, so I really thought that you were going to show like a post-birth abortion, and then I saw the video and I was like, one, that's clever because it's true. Those are literally the same things. I think, the only thing I've been thinking about is the State of the Union, how none of the women in white, none of the Democrats stood and clapped when President Trump said he wants them to push for legislation that would ban abortions when the baby can feel pain. These people don't think that this is murder. And I don't know how to convince them that it is, because they chant and scream in the streets that it's just a bundle of cells when it's not. This is the party that values science to push up our taxes because they think climate change is happening, but they completely just throw science out the window when we talk about abortion and how it's murder. And I don't know how to convince them otherwise.
Well, look, they're not the party of science they claim they are. They're the party of tyranny and the party of evil, and they want to dehumanize life. They want us to think humans are bad and that humans are the problem, so we don't value ourselves and don't stand up for ourselves. Millie Weaver, why do you think the Democrats are coming out in the open like this?
Well, I wanted to answer the first question you asked Caitlin there about, what I thought about the afterbirth abortions. Caitlin recently posted a video on Twitter that went mega viral where, a father was out with his daughter at a women's march promoting abortion and trying to deny that it was murder. Then he turns around and says to Caitlin that he's going to afterbirth abortion her. He's going to late term abortion her. And so he acknowledges then that essentially it's killing. You're talking about killing a person. And, that's one of the things that Hillary Clinton was trying to get out from underneath during her debate with Trump during the 2016 presidential campaign. She was trying to say, oh, well, this is necessary for women's health. And Trump was saying, well, she's actually saying that babies are going to be drugged from the womb moments before birth. And that's exactly what the Democrats are now pushing for. And they're using the talking point that this is to save women's health, that it's medically necessary when it's not medically necessary to kill babies, right up until their due date. You can just deliver them and allow them to live. But then again, this isn't about women's bodies, women's choices. We're talking about whether or not they're going to allow for the killing of babies, because I don't think most conservatives are actually objecting to babies being delivered prematurely if the mother is in a serious
Sure, that's all a
emergency.
giant red herring. Everything's red herring. Look, they want to keep the babies alive so they can get the organs. That's why they're trying to pass these laws as a cover. But since you mentioned it, that video I think had like 18 million views just on Twitter alone, Facebook. I mean, so when I say you guys have gotten like 30 million views the last few weeks, it's way more than that, which again shows people's hunger. And that's one reason Caitlin Bennett and others, I've noticed people are attacking you and the Ben Shapiros and people because they think they own conservatism. They're gods, you have to understand. And when they see you without you being pushed by the Google algorithm, getting more views than them, that's very upsetting to Ben Shapiro and other people. And then other people join in on making fun of you because you're right out of college and also working with Millie, doing a great job. And they're just jealous of you. So it's pathetic. And it's why I hate these people. Ben Shapiro ought to feel good that there are a lot of smart, young, attractive women and others out there taking action. But again, these people are monopoly men, and it's why I hate their guts. You want to comment on that?
Yeah, so I've always said that the mainstream conservative people that I actually used to look up to, I used to look up to Ben Shapiro, I used to look up to the conservative millennial, Matt Walsh, I used to look up to all of these people, and now I see that they're mad because I didn't wait my turn. I didn't go through CRTV, I didn't go through the Blaze, I didn't go through all of these GOP, Rhino websites or something like that. I didn't wait my turn. I went out there, I was me. I left Turning Point USA.
Yeah, you smashed through the glass ceiling, and your average video gets 1 million views, and that's more than them, and they're pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I was with Turning Point USA at one point, and then I realized that that wasn't the brand of conservatism for me. I didn't like the run-of-the-mill GOP stances that they took, so I left. I did my own thing, and I am so proud of myself for what I've been able to accomplish. And if that bothers the run-of-the-mill conservatives and the Rhino GOP establishment, then I'm doing my job.
Well, also, Ben Shapiro and a few others put on this affected super intellectual thing with their talking points to look really smart to a libtard. That's not hard. These people can't even talk. And then you're a young woman with a nice Southern voice They make fun of you. They act like you're stupid. And oh, so there's the conservative guys. Oh, these the little dumb women. Women, you just sit over. They're all the same. And it makes me sick how it's the Democrats that tell women we own you. It's the fake conservative movement that tells women we own you. And no, they don't own anybody. And I'm sick of it. I've got $3. I want them to absolutely be as successful as any man or more successful. That's what real conservatives want. It's what the West has done. We're conserving our idea of really turning loose the power of women to make our lives better, their lives better, and to be strong mothers. We want women that know how to use guns, women that know how to fight, women that know how to cook, women that know how to kill. We want women that know how to do everything. That's what we want. But it's only real conservatives and Christians that want that.
And real conservative women actually do want to advocate for women's rights. And that's why Caitlin has said so many times about how important it is for women to carry, to be able to have a gun to protect herself.
And that's what really pisses them off about her. Exactly. Exactly. It's sick. It's sick.
They want to capitalize women's rights, these feminist movements, when in reality, most of what feminists are pushing actually hurts women in the long term. If you want to talk about abortion, well, what's happening with abortion in our society right now is it's an underlying symptom of the destruction of the male and female dynamic. And it's simply a symptom of the debauchery that our society has happened after the women's sexual liberation.
Absolutely, which was nothing but a thing to destroy the family. You know, the number one thing I think you should teach your daughters or your sons, but women particularly, is how to be confident and how to not let other people manipulate their emotions or control them, and how to kill. And in good cultures, women are brought right along with the men and taught how to kill people. And I'm not somebody looking to kill anybody, but that's how women particularly get preyed on by predators, is because they don't have the killer instinct honed. And most men have had this removed as well. The killer instinct doesn't mean you're a killer. It means you're ready to kill if you have to protect yourself. And that's why the establishment is, especially the leftists, are so afraid of empowered women like Millie Weaver and, of course, like Caitlin Bennett. So in closing, ladies, we salute you. We appreciate you and all the work you're doing. And it's just so exciting to follow all that. Tell people how they follow your independent work. You also contribute some for Infowars. And tell us also, set up for us after that, because there's a longer video of what happened with this so-called dad at the Women's March, right by the pro-life march. He's pissed at people. You say, hey, what about your kid? You don't want them to die after they're born. And he says, I'll kill you. So tell us how folks follow you, but then also, Caitlin, what happened there?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter, Kate Marie OX. Instagram is just type in Caitlin Bennett, basically anywhere. You can follow me there. And then obviously keep visiting Infowars.com because all of my content gets posted there as well. And talking about the rest of that video, there was actually a whole longer video where that man that said that he would late term abort me he was yelling at my friend, showing his daughter, that girl right there in the red MAGA hat. He was pointing to her and telling his daughter, don't end up like her. She's an idiot. Don't end up like these women. They're terrible people. And right in front of his daughter, he said that he would murder me for justice for telling his daughter the truth. So these people know that abortion is murder. They know exactly what it is. They just don't want to admit it.
Because you had the live stream. I went and watched it. And of course, the 30-second one's the one that got 20-something million views or whatever it is now, last time I checked. But in full context, he was already in your face. Now, here's the video.
Do you know what the #1 cause of death in the United States is? It's abortion.
No, actually,
It's abortion.
Shay, you have a right to one.
Abortion is murder.
Shay, stay away from her. Your daddy would have killed you if you had...
What will you do to me?
I'll abort you after.
You'll abort me after term?
Yes, like late-term abortion. You.
At a women's march, you just said you would murder me.
I'm not against justice.
That guy's a total cuck, wannabe tough guy who then shoots his mouth off at people. What a punk. What a piece of crap, Millie. What a piece of crap. Where do you see this going?
Well, I think that it's obvious that the Democrats know that abortion is murder. They just want to deny it because it doesn't fit their political agenda, but they'll use children when it comes to pushing their agenda against Trump and saying, oh, the children are being put in cages on the border, which was all false, or saying, oh, we need to ban guns because of the children at schools, which we know that if there were guns in schools, the children would be safer. So they're more than capable of using children for their political agendas.
Don't you love him telling his 5-year-old daughter, like, you can get one too, baby. You can kill your babies. What a freaking man. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm not calling for violence, but that's why I can't go out in public a lot. That guy thinks he's so tough, man. Oh my God. I'll be honest, at an instinctive level, I'm just like, I mean, it was just like, that guy is a piece of garbage.
Well, I want to say that you can also find more of Caitlin's reports on her YouTube channel, Liberty Hangout, which I know that she said has recently generated, I think, around 30,000 plus new subscribers just in this month alone. So you can find her reports there. You can also find my reports on Millennial Millie on YouTube.
Well, you ladies are awesome. You're an example to everybody. And I've told my daughters if they want to be reporters once they're, 17, 18, they can hopefully follow in your footsteps, because by then I think I've been too long in the wars. But we really appreciate you both, and you're awesome. And I know why people are so jealous of both of you and make fun of you and attack you on the left and right. And it's shameful, but it's why I don't like Ben Shapiro and a few other people that I know have been joining in on it. And it's just, it's not what's going to win the planet back from the globalists. And it's pretty sad. We salute you. God bless, ladies.
Thank you.
For those looking for the ultimate source of energy for their day, every day, the Brain Synergy Combo is here. Combining the powerful Turbo Force and Brain Force Plus nootropic formulas, this combo has what you need to hit your maximum potential every day. Take the tasty tropical berry-flavored Turbo Force instant drink mix with you on the go or at work to help provide you with focus, clarity, and energy, and to reach your full potential. Hit the next generation of advanced neural activation with the Brain Force Plus nootropic, a fan-favorite formula fueled by powerful, time-tested ingredients for a true 360 win. With this combo, you can have energy wherever you need it, at home, on the go, in the car, and more. Get pure energy on tap and take advantage of old and new Infowars powerhouse formulas with the Brain Synergy Combo. Head to InfoWarsStore.com today